Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is the Master of the Core.
Hi, Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time we're going to talk, well, all the issues of Wrath of the First Lantern from Green Lantern 19, Green Lantern Corps 19, Green Lantern New Guardians 19, and Red Lanterns number 19.
What number, Bill?
19! 19.
19.
Alright, so. Alright, before we get to that, I don't think we have any new Green Lantern news, do we? Like I said, I think Fractured Lantern, or Fractured, was it? Is it
Fractured Spectrum?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That special is supposed to come out this week. We're a little early for that, so hopefully I'll give you my thoughts.
I just got Green Lantern 18 and this beast. Ugh.
Oh!
I have never read the flashback of stories,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm really looking forward to
Nice.
digging into those. And of course, the latest issue with Jeremy Adams and Zermanico, and I don't know if he's doing the art this time or not, but it's So lots of good Green Lantern reading to do.
Nice. And yes, kids, sometime this year we'll get to a Hard Traveling Heroes episode, because we can't go the whole year doing New 52.
We just can't.
We need a break or two. Yeah. I'm just glad I wasn't just me being harsh when the first time I read New 52.
No, I think your initial reaction was well founded.
Because I know not even the Green Lantern stuff per se, but me and Lilith were covering some New 52 stuff like back 2015, 2016, and I know it was kind of a slog for us. So
yeah, the only thing I think I'd probably like to go ahead and finish the Snyder Capullo Batman. I've not read all those.
Oh yeah.
But the only other thing I think I'm probably most interested in reading is the Grant Morrison Action Comics. So,
oh yeah.
Just because, I don't know, Grant Morrison really liked. It took me a while because Grant Morrison Green Lantern season 1, season 2 took me a little while to kind of get into, but there's some really good stuff in there, and of course I've been a fan since Animal Man. Back in the day. I mean, and honestly, Grant Morrison is hit and miss with me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who raves about it's the one with all of the Phil Jimenez did the art. It's conspiracy theory. He's is it King Mob? I can't remember the name of the book. I think it was a Vertigo book, but my friend raves on it, and again, Grant Morrison sometimes hit, sometimes miss for me. That's just, and the funny thing is, I think what I would consider a hit for me, a lot of other people would consider a miss. So it's, it really is kind of a lot of personal opinion right there. So
all I can remember for that Action Comics run, I know, is like the Grant Morrison does delve into some Mxyzptlk in the fifth. Grant Morrison, the fifth dimension. That's all I'll say. Yeah,
that sounds good. But aside from like those two books, now I know George Perez was involved in the New 52. What book was he on? Was it a Superman book?
I think he was like the first arc or two, I think, of the Superman book. Yeah.
Okay. But he was writing it, not doing the art.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, New 52 is interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly willing to try other books from it, but it seems like a lot of them came and went pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even a year. And then others, seem to get new creative teams pretty regularly too. So, and the ones that didn't are the ones we're reading right now.
Yeah.
Batman.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because
Batman, my favorite character.
And that's really about it,
Mm-hmm. I mean, some of I'd say maybe the first arc or so of Wonder Woman and Aquaman were kind of decent, but those kind of quickly. I don't know if I'm trying to remember how quickly creative teams shifted because was that Jeff Johns on Aquaman? I'm trying to. It might have been the first.
It had been. And that's some of. I was. It's almost like we're doing Brightest Day again. Anyway, I was thinking about it. Just popped into my brain. I'm like, everything that Brightest Day set up.
Mm-hmm. Nothing really paid off.
Nothing ever paid off on it,
No.
Which is so frustrating. I would imagine it's frustrating as not only as a reader but as a creator. Look, we put all the work into this,
Yeah.
and this New 52 just steamrolled over all of it, except two books. Or two families of books.
Yeah, and again too, and then once New 52 kind of canceled a bunch of books that I enjoyed, pre New 52, like Red Robin, Booster Gold, Power Girl. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that basically they ended it, because New 52 happened.
Well, and I think New 52, because it didn't affect the Batman book really that much, but it affected the Bat family a lot because, all of that stuff was reset, right? And I really don't think New 52 affected Green Lantern much until Jeff Johns leaves.
Right? I guess as we'll find out in about 2 weeks. Yep. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it holds up without Jeff Johns here soon. So,
okay, sorry.
That's all right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I just want to preface this with the Brightest Day stuff didn't come out of nowhere because I do have a specific comment to Brightest Day when we get to the New Guardians issue.
Oh,
and I thought this week was an improvement for the.
Yeah, I think because again, this is things are starting to move, even if just a little bit, but they're starting to move.
Yeah,
it wasn't all quiz time.
Exactly. What would happen if?
Although there was still a little bit of that, but
there is something I don't quite understand but we'll get to it. I'll ask the question when we get to it. So I have questions, and I'm sure you have answers for me. So
New 52. I don't think anyone has the answers. All right. So, well, at least we get to start with your buddy Hal Jordan. So
that's right.
Hey, look, more broken broken lanterns. What a change of pace.
Exactly.
All right. So, yes, part 1 this week, Green Lantern Volume 5, number 19 from June 2013. Wrath of the First Lantern, part 9. And I guess that's the title. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Adrian Saif, and Simon Kadransky, inker Mark Irwin, Guillermo Ortega, and Simon Kadransky. Colorist Alex Sinclair, Tony Avina, letterer Dave Sharp, and editors Chris Conroy and Matt Idelson. Hal still remains trapped in the dead zone and is contemplating jumping off a cliff so that he can obtain the black ring and fight the First Lantern. Boy, talk about this is really an example of, well, if your friends jumped off a cliff, would you?
Totally, to get a black ring, right?
Tomar Ray suggests to dissuade him, saying that the dead have no say in any matters of life. Meanwhile, in the Chamber of Shadows, Sinestro holds Simon at gunpoint and demands to know where the First Lantern is. Bedag and the Templar Guardians, or the Hippie Guardians, attempt to explain the situation to Sinestro, telling him about the First Lantern's origins. Although the Templar Guardians say that they are all allies against the First Lantern, Sinestro disappears in a green flash of light, saying he has no allies. Sinestro teleports to Korugar and appears before Arsona, who is still resentful to him. Attempting to explain the situation, Sinestro takes Arsona to his secret hideout and tells her to get prepared for Korugar to prepare Korugar's army for war. Unfortunately, Volthoom arrives at Korugar and attacks Sinestro, holding Arsona hostage. Volthoom becomes aware of his feelings towards her. He then makes Sinestro watch an alternate timeline where he did not become a Green Lantern. In that reality, Sinestro and Arsona prepare to defend Korugar from the Cordians in the Anti-Monitor. They were also in a relationship. Sinestro and Volthoom engage each other, causing an earthquake across the planet. Determined to protect Korugar, Sinestro actually manages to injure Volthoom. Despite this, Volthoom reveals that he did not come to Korugar for Sinestro. He came for its people. The emotions Sinestro has instilled among the Korugarians have fed Volthoom, allowing him to regain his full power, of course. In the Dead Zone, Hal and Tomar Ray witness the arrival of the Korugarians and become aware of Korugar's fate. However, Sinestro is not among them. Knowing that they are out of chances, Hal finally jumps off the cliff. Sinestro hovers among the ruins of Korugar, grief-stricken because of Volthoom's actions. However, he decides to fight Volthoom one last time and regains his yellow battery. And again, it's just a figure of speech when someone tells you to go jump off a cliff, Hal.
He's literal, you know it.
No, well, yeah.
Okay, so my question is this. Sinestro saves Korugar, but then Volthoom has enough power to say, well, what if you didn't? And actually resets reality to that.
Yeah.
Correctly? Did I get that right?
I believe that's what happened, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought that happened. So, this was good. There was stuff happening. I mean, and I'm almost a little bit curious because Volthoom hasn't really, he's been going around annoying people so he can get their power, get powered back up, and now he's finally powered back up. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't. I mean, the chronology of him throughout this crossover seems a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Because hey, he's on Oa. Oh, hey, he's on Maltus. Oh, hey, now he's on Korugar. Back. Oh, wait, he started out over with the Hippie Guardians. Sorry, Templar Guardians. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. It just seems a little weird. But again, I think this is a good issue. It's still moving a bit slow, but it is starting to pick up the pace a little bit, I think.
And again, it's weird because, I don't know if you noticed, next week, Green Lantern 20 is going to be the final part, and then the other 3 stories are all going to be epilogues.
Oh, is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because I was looking, because like at the end of every issue, I swear it says it all comes to an end in Green Lantern 20. I'm like, what about the other 3? Or did they mix up the order? It's like, no, Green Lantern's like the last official part, and then I guess the other 3 books are going to have epilogues.
So we just have 1 issue left now.
After these 4, yeah, I guess, yeah, and then the other ones are just Wrath of the First Lantern epilogues.
Okay, that's interesting.
Even they're just like, you only need the main Lantern book.
Okay, well, I will be curious next week to see how this all comes together in a single normal-sized issue.
No, we all know the day's gonna be saved by Black Lantern Hal Jordan. We know.
That's right, the greatest Black Lantern.
I of course love Black Lantern Hal Jordan.
That's right. Wait, has he actually worn? He's worn everything except an indigo at this point, right?
I think so.
Black, white, every other color.
So it's like at this point when he picks up a new ring, it's like, oh, of course he's gonna wear the black ring. Of course, okay.
Of course, yeah. The ultraviolet. I'm surprised he hasn't worn one of those yet.
And I'm trying to remember our the history here because it's been a little bit. So did Sinestro have a yellow lantern hidden on Korugar? Because the central battery was taken, but
I guess he stowed one on Korugar, but I thought they powered down the central power battery.
Yeah. Because the yellow battery was taken. Didn't the Guardians send Guy and a bunch of them to get rid of that battery? The central battery. And then the only way, Arkillo had one is because the Weaponer made him one or something.
Made him a different one, yeah.
Yeah.
Which really didn't amount to much because we haven't seen Arkillo in...
After the first arc of New Guardians.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Where's Arkillo in this?
we had, Kyle call out to the rest of the new Guardians, but yeah, I really.
Again, you're going to have a story of this scope where you want everyone's book to cross over, give everyone something to do.
Exactly. The pacing on this is just all off.
Oh, he's gonna reboot the entire universe, rewrite the entire universe. Oh, I think that everyone might have a vested interest in that. But no, Rancor's on a date.
Yeah, right. Rancor's on a date. Yeah, don't get me started on the whole. Well, we'll get there. Never mind.
All right, you ready for the second one?
You bet. Fire away.
All right, kids, sing along. You all know where this is going. All right, Green Lantern Corps, number 19. All right, look at the notes here. Green Lantern Corps, Volume 3, number 19, from June 2013. Wrath of the First Lantern, Part 10. Willing, Peter Tomasi writer, Fernando Passarin penciler, Scott Hanna inker, colors Gabe Edelab, letterer Dave Sharp, and editors Chris Conroy and Matt Idelson. Volthoom the First Lantern continues to attack Guy Gardner, John Stewart, Kilowog, Fatality, and other Green Lanterns when Mogo, the entity of the Green... it says the entity of the Green Lantern Corps, but he's not the entity.
It's Mogo. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Say the biggest lantern. That's why...
Yeah.
Distracts Volthoom, which allows the Green Lanterns to get away. Mogo creates an illusion where Volthoom attacks them in order to make the Green Lanterns ready for the final battle. All right.
Okay, I have a question for you, and you've actually already answered it, but I'll ask it again for everybody that's watching.
Dramatic effect. Okay.
Yeah. Was this the shortest issue of a modern comic that you've ever read?
You know what? It's funny you said that because I thought that when I read this, and when you said that, once again I was like, oh, it wasn't just me. Okay.
No, I was like, wait, I'm done.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, the minute I got to the last page, and it was like, oh, next, and I was like, wait, this is it.
They burned 3 or 4 double-page splashes, and then boom, you're done. It just read so quickly, and again, it's I love it that Mogo's back.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more mind game kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's Mogo, getting them back in the fight, but still, nothing. Mogo's back. That's really all that happens in this issue.
Yeah. It's just wait for John to be like, "Oh, thank God, one of my mistakes has been corrected."
Yeah, yeah. We just got to get Xanshi back and Katma back.
Exactly. Or that Green Lantern is necky snapped. Although that's just going to be swept. That's basically been swept under the rug. Or after in a little bit here, we'll never mention that again, probably.
Yeah.
At least after New 52. Yeah. So like Mogo dragged them out of Volthoom's trap, and with I don't know what dirt from his body.
Yeah.
And then and then again, there's an illusion where he stages an attack by Volthoom to make sure they're ready. It's like, okay.
Okay, yeah. Again, it's like...
And they fight red and yellow versions of themselves?
Yeah. And it's really like, okay, we're gonna put pause on any movement because this has to end in Green Lantern. Again, the whole pacing of this is off.
Yeah. Well, like you said, there's it's 1, 2, 3. There's almost 4. It's 3, 3.5, 4. Doubles, kind of not a double splash, but a lot of double page,
that are completely wordless. So it just
for the most part, it's just
the
battle
issue read
scenes,
so quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, it's just Mogo drags them away to save them, and then creates these illusions for them to fight, and then it's like, okay, you're ready.
You're ready. Let's go. Okay.
And then that splash page at the end.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Now, in that splash page at the end, do we see any of the lanterns that we've come to really know and love from pre-New 52?
I see Arisia. I see Sornik Natu.
Okay.
I see the lizard guy.
Izamat?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Princess Island, I believe I see there next to him. So
excellent, because I couldn't remember. That's good.
Yeah. So there's a few there. So Oh, who's the big gray rock guy? I mean, wasn't he pre-New 52?
Not Brick. Block. No, Block is a Legionnaire.
Yeah. That guy?
Yeah, I cannot remember who that is.
And then is that Brick next to him, the purple face?
Maybe.
Again, they've changed that. Remember, they kind of gave her a makeover after a while.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed we lost the Alpha Lanterns, but I'm annoyed they got changed into Alpha Lanterns in the first place, but I'm still annoyed that we lost them because Aricia is the only Lost Lantern left at this point.
Yeah, that's so weird. We brought them back to kill them off.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you thought they're dead? No, they're alive. Oh, no, they're dead again. I think
they're dead.
I think that was. We want them dead. We just don't want them dead at the hands of Hal Jordan.
There you go. Yeah, we'll kill them differently and later.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Jon Stewart do it. No, sorry.
Oh. I mean, yeah, that's the big because I was just thinking, I was like, wait a minute, how many lanterns have we had that have died, come back, and died again, and we still haven't got Katmatui back? Some people are on their second deaths already.
Yeah, exactly. She's still on her first. Come on, man. Speaking of Katma, I didn't know going into this that Korugar was going to be destroyed.
Mm.
So that was kind of surprising. But I'm like, to me, it's kind of lost. I mean, that's killing probably billions of people right there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, assuming they have 1 billion people on the planet at least, right?
Talk about your new 52 body counts.
This is probably one of the largest ones right here. I mean,
to kill Korugar, even that, it's not even like some new planet we just discovered. It's Korugar has been around since what, the 60s.
Green Lantern number 6 or 5, whatever Sinestro's first appearance is, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I was thinking about Katmatui. If she were to come back, Korugar's gone. How many Korugarians are there left in the universe at this point? Of course, we've been rebooted. I don't know. Is Korugar still around?
Oh, yeah, I know. I can't remember. Yeah, once we hit Rebirth, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Question. We'll shelve that question for later.
There you go. There's another episode we should do this year. Do a Katmatui episode and why she should be brought back.
There you go. Because we say so. Darn it.
That's right. All right. So I burned through these. All right. Part 3.
Rock on.
But again, there wasn't much to Green Lantern Corps. It's like,
yeah, it was just okay. We're done. Yeah.
Logo saves him and attacks him with illusions, and it's like, all right, you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, one thing they did keep is Sinestro's hatred of Kyle Rayner.
That is consistent. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's only grown since he's dating his daughter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, Green Lantern New Guardians, number 19, Wrath of the First Lantern, part 11, Shadow of Death. Writer Tony Bedard, penciler Andreas Ginaldo, inker Raul Fernandez, colorist Will Quintana, letterer Dave Schauder, editors Chris Conroy and Matt Idelson. Carol Ferris finds Kyle Rayner, and Kyle Rayner tries to contact Arkillo, Atrocitus, Larfleeze, St. Walker, and Indigo 1, but they do not respond because they've all been attacked by Volthoom. Kyle Rayner and Carol Ferris hear that Sinestro was located but arrive at the destroyed Korugar. Sinestro arrives and attacks Carol and Kyle, thinking that they have allied with Volthoom, but Simon Baz and Bedig restrain Sinestro, while Simon informs both Kyle and Carol that Hal Jordan is in the dead zone, much to Carol's shock. Kyle Rayner agrees to revive Korugar, but the strain is too much and he gives up. Sinestro breaks free and gets the White Lantern ring, but is deemed unsuitable and leaves the yellow power battery. Simon Baz is also deemed unsuitable while trying to resurrect Korugar with the White Lantern ring. Sinestro decides to kill Volthoom and get revenge against the Guardians of the Universe, while Kyle, Carol, Simon, and Bedig are discussing Sinestro's devious plans. All right. So yeah, everyone tried to use that White Lantern ring this time.
Which is just Kyle's normal ring, except it's a White Lantern ring now because he's a White Lantern, right?
I guess, yeah.
So Sinestro says, bring them all back, and Kyle says, I can't do that. And I'm like, that was really the whole point of Brightest Day, wasn't it? Like, you could totally bring people back to life. We saw it like multiple times, even.
Even Simon's like, I woke a guy up out of a coma with a green ring.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. So could we maybe like pool our resources here and like use a couple rings? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems so. Part of the problem, I think, is that
it's New 52. Everything's hopeless.
Yes, but the power of what can a White Lantern do? I mean, if it is life force stuff, then yeah, totally. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, I gotta go back here, but they used was it Hal that used a White Lantern ring to bring back Black Hand so that Necron was severed his connection to this in Blackest Night. Somebody brought back.
This odds are it's probably Hal Jordan since he's worn every damn ring ever.
Exactly, that's right.
But do you think it's just a case of since it's billions of people, that's why it's?
Well, I mean, okay, if you can do it once, do it again. I mean,
so on for a billion times.
Yeah, I mean, just it might take a while, but I don't see why Simon and or Sinestro couldn't have just. I mean, we saw John fail at this when he tried to use his ring to reform Xanshi.
Oh yeah,
but that doesn't make a lot of sense to me because gravity, if you put it all together, it's gonna come back together, and then. I mean, I would think that would be well within the capabilities of a Green Lantern ring. And then, so they could be reforming the planet, and then Kyle could go, I can't do 2 billion of them. I'm only going to do 1 million.
Again, you pull your resources, pull your effort. Yeah, I know.
It just didn't, I was like, what? When he said, I can't do that, like, what the heck is the whole point of being a White Lantern then? Dude, you remember this thing? It was called Blackest Night, and then the whole Brightest Day thing? Well, no, you don't, because we're in a whole new universe.
I was going to say, once again, it's New 52, so you don't know what happened or what didn't happen.
And that still, I'm confused, because where is the life entity now? Is it still in Earth? Have we seen it since? I mean, we haven't seen it since that we've read. I don't know if it comes back later or.
I can answer all your questions with one answer. New 52.
New 52. Sorry, I have many questions.
Oh wait, I mean New 52.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, I mean, I get Simon, like, this is like blowing him away, but I mean, well, I guess it's New 52, but Kyle's not a rookie.
Yeah, and that's something that. So let me ask you this. I'm honestly really, of course I love Hal Jordan, right? But I do like Kyle too, and I really don't feel like he's been treated very well since the end of that. Well, since that Zero issue, right? When he says, "I've got to go train now." I mean, because he's just shown to be not as capable as we know him to be.
Yes,
as he's proven himself to be.
Well, once again, New 52, the universe is only like 5 years old. So is Kyle still in his first year?
Who knows at this point?
I know. Snatch the white ring from my hand, Grasshopper.
Yeah. That whole thing, I was like, really? No, come on, man. So, yes, I did not feel like Kyle was treated very well in this issue. And I think I would almost say throughout most of New Guardians, he's not been treated as well as I think he should be. I mean, and Kyle is your favorite, so what are your thoughts?
Again, I mean, that's another failing to me of the New 52. It's like, yeah, because, we kind of have to make Kyle. Again, I don't know if it's just the time frame, since, again, this universe is only supposed to be like 5 years old, but just, yeah, it's like Cal held the shop down while everyone else was depowered or dead or.
Yep, exactly. I mean, he actually, piloted one of the entities, Ion. So it's just, I really thought that New Guardians this issue was really clumsy with dealing with the whole White Lantern stuff.
Yeah.
If you're a White Lantern, didn't your whole shtick making crap live? I mean,
yeah, and if nothing else, I mean, if you're rocking the power, I mean, if you have a direct line to one of the entities, shouldn't you be way more powerful and be able to pull stuff like this off?
I think so.
I don't know.
Again, Volthoom messed with him, in the last issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did see that at the beginning of this issue where Carol finds him. He's still basically huddled in his apartment,
but he actually Volthoom messed with him first, and then with Carol. Again, his whole Volthoom's timeline in this is kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just feel, New 52, it's like, well, we brought Mogo back. There's something good happened, but, well, we can't have good things in the New 52. So, hey, guess what? Korugar's dead, and they're not coming back.
Yeah. This is why we can't have nice things. So.
Yeah, the more happy, or the more you get a resurrection in New 52. Yeah, you need a damn high body count. So,
and yeah, we got a planet body count this time. So,
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. There we go.
All right. So should we get the Red Lanterns?
Yes, let's do this one.
All right, I'll crack this open. 'Cause like I said, there's no synopsis for this one.
Yeah. You should kill Atrocitus. Okay. Wait, I now. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
That's been the whole New 52. But all right, Red Lanterns number 19 from June 2013. Doesn't even say it's part of Rise of the Third or Wrath of the First Lantern. Just says the death of Atrocitus. Writer Peter Milligan, penciler and inker Will Conrad, colorist Rain Barreto, letterer Dave Sharp, and editors Chris Conroy and Matt Idles. All right, pull up my issue here in the app.
So let me just say one thing. When a manhunter calls you out for being, let's just say, stupid, come on, man, you've lost the thread, okay?
No stupidity escapes the manhunters.
That's exactly right. I mean, and some of this issue, doesn't this thing start off with Bleeze and Rancor?
I believe. Let me refresh myself. Open up 19. I do remember that part. I can't remember if it comes from. Yeah. That's the first thing. Is that the very first page, that woman running out of her apartment, basically telling Rancor to stay away from her, and he basically says, he disguised himself because he was lonely and miserable, and I wanted to make you fall in love with me. Okay, that doesn't sound creepy at all.
Yeah.
The first day I met you, I wanted to make you fall in love with me.
Yes, that's not creepy at all. Oh, and then Bleeze shows up and, hey, give me some of your blood. I'm like,
oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah, the line, I wanted to make you fall in love with me. Is that so monstrous? Yes. So basically, she just walks away and says, I want you and your girlfriend gone by the time I get back. And he's like, for the record, she's not my girlfriend. She's more of an evil stepmother. But yeah, Bleeze wants his blood, so she's thinking that'll let her make constructs. But then they get the call from Atrocitus. All Red Lanterns. And again, we kind of get the repeat of last time. I've identified the person responsible for the massacre of Sector 666. All Red Lanterns are to find and execute this terrible criminal. His name is Atrocitus. We say, this is a sacred order. Then we see all the other Red Lanterns reacting to that.
And then the Manhunters are like, whoa, dude. Come on, man. You sure that's really a smart thing to do?
Again, it just seems like all New 52, he's been wishy-washy the whole time. It's like, oh, I've lost my purpose. No, there's my anger. I'm going to kill, It's like, no, because again, in the beginning, the whole thing with Krona, and then,
And now they start beating up on him and killing him. And finally, he starts to feel rage again. He feels their rage. He feels everybody's rage. And then, oh yeah, you killed the old Atrocitus. I'm the new Atrocitus. I'm like, what? That. Okay, whatever. Let's just go kill some Guardians. Stay tuned
next week, kids, for Atrocitus in Wrath of the Bipolar.
Exactly.
Oh, and then the 5 inversions are just like, oh, hey, interesting.
Yeah, this is cool. I wonder if we're going to see more of them later, or do they just get dropped?
Because they were messing with, Ratchet, that brain-looking Red Lantern.
The only thing that the 5 inversions can't handle is being brightest dayed.
Neither can we.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just so funny then when Dexstar shows up and he's... And Atrocitus is like, oh, what, you too? He's like, oh, wait, you were always an obedient cat. I'm like, ordered all of them to come kill you.
Yeah,
he puts out the kill order on himself to every Red Lantern, and then seems surprised when they all come and try to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, who'd have thunk it? Wait, oh no, the Guardians told him that. I'm not the Guardians. The Manhunter said, not a good idea, dude.
Then Zillius Socks, you made me want to kill you. For that, I hate you.
Yeah.
Oh, New 52.
New 52. Okay, then he finally gets rejuvenated and feels their rage. I'm the new Atrocitus. Yay, let's go kill some Guardians. The end.
Yes, we shall all go to Oa and bathe in the blood of the Guardians. But yeah, literally the last page says it all ends in Green Lantern 20. And don't miss the Fallout right here next month.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I wonder if we're getting our new Red Lantern leader here next issue. If not by next, I know it's by 21. So
number 20 has a whole lot riding on it. Okay, I mean, like a lot to wrap all of this stuff up. I mean,
well, not even that. No, remember the actual last part is Green Lantern 20. The rest are epilogue issues. So
yeah, I mean, one issue, Green Lantern 20. That's it. Boom.
So do you think? I'm trying to remember. If 20
is double size.
I can't remember because I mean, think about it. I mean, we got to deal with the Hal Jordan, Black Lantern ring thing. We got to deal with the Green Lantern Corps on its way. The Red Lanterns are on their way with the Manhunters. Cal and the others are probably on their way. So we're gonna do all that in one issue.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I don't.
I mean, you talked about the slow pace of a lot of these issues. For some reason, I feel like the
next issue is gonna be
20's gonna go. Green Lantern 20 is gonna go really fast. I feel like.
All right, let's see if I can find that series. That's the 2011 series.
Which one's that?
Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. This is B number 20 right there. Oh, yeah. It is a monster size. It looks like it's got 92 pages. So it's a big 66 pages for the Green Lantern story. And then we get a 10-page text article. And then, yeah. So.
Oh, I wonder because I was going to say, why wouldn't you just end it in Red Lanterns and put it through everything? But that's Jeff John's last Green Lantern issue, so.
It is a special oversized anniversary issue.
Anniversary of what?
I don't know.
Number 20. Huh.
Number 20. Number 20.
Again, anniversary just sounds weird, but I'm thinking it's more along the lines of, oh, hey, this is Jeff John's last issue.
Yeah, I think that's it. But it is the epic finale, so. Wow.
Because that's why they don't probably let any other book wrap it up, yeah.
That's 66 pages for the story. That's 3 issues.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it could have been paced better. But let's read the end of it and see how it goes.
3 epilogue issues.
Yeah. A 3-issue story to end it, and then 3 epilogue issues. So we get 6 issues for the price of 4 next time.
All right. Well, do you want to hear Tyler's thoughts on this?
You bet.
All right.
Let's see if Tyler aligns with us or we're just being overly critical of the New 52.
All right. All right. Our good friend Tyler Ferguson wrote to us again and said, I liked the interaction between Bidig and Simon when Sinestro had him at gunpoint. I love that too. When Sinestro's like, don't think I forgot. You shot me. Irritated that Arshona was introduced to be killed with Planet Korugar. Only been in 4 issues prior to this one.
Yeah.
New 52.
I agree completely. Yep. And New 52.
I'm not even attached to her. Feels wasteful to cut off potential for future stories. New 52. Sinestro's pride and stubborn spirit was even more detrimental than usual. 90% sure that New Korugar was destroyed as well in Jeremy Adams' run, but there's still time for a twist. Again, after New 52, who knows what was reset?
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, maybe it's in some alternate dimension like Krakoa. Hey, maybe Jeffrey Thorne bought it back. Maybe there's two of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hyper time. Sorry.
Love the different art style used in the Dead Zone and the depiction of Hal's swan dive. Yeah, that's that Simon Krasinski's art, the Dead Zone stuff. Yeah, because I recognize him he was on Spawn for a while years ago. Yeah, that's him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole Dead Zone stuff looks really creepy. I mean, and it looks great. I mean, it really does. Yeah. And that and I know we've been a bit harsh on Wrath of the First Lantern, but the art has been great throughout all of the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just this. The story doesn't seem up to the task of filling 20 issues.
Yeah.
So and I think that's really kind of where I think this could have been cut. This whole thing could have been cut down.
Oh yeah.
And like you said before, and I agree 1,000%, is if you're gonna have a crossover like this, then you've got to give everybody something to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a lot of them doing nothing.
I mean, again, Rancor was on date night. Pretty much this whole story. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Tyler says, "Oh, rad! Mogo's back. Using pieces of himself to shield the others from Volthoom's influence was neat. Breeze through this issue, since majority of it was the lanterns hitting themselves.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Exactly." He enjoyed the design of the Dino guy with segmented tail. Andreas Guinaldo has by far been my favorite artist for New Guardians during this event. Doesn't just coast by on great art either. Gives good drama plus characterization. Issue follows up on the destruction in Green Lantern 19. Depicts grief toward Korugar's people and who they used to be. Through Cal's life connection. Also serves to partially answer Will's question last week on White Lantern powers. I'm sure we'll receive more breadcrumbs as the series goes on. Although it seems like, like Will said this week, it seems like it was a life thing, but we're not bringing life back. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if you wanted a tragedy, you could have went with split it down the middle and be like, oh, he was only able to resurrect a few thousand or maybe 1 million people or something, I'd have
but
a couple billion.
How many Korugarians are left now?
Yeah. I think there's more Kryptonians left.
There probably are.
Glad Belize is back to acting more like herself and less like a lovesick stalker. Good to check in with the other members of the Corps as well, since focus has been on Big Red and Rancor. The Lantern, formerly known as Atrocitus, develops empathy for others' rage. We're having a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was thanks for the feedback.
Yes, Tyler.
I think we're all on the same page on this one. However, let's see how close we are to the same page. What's your ranking this week?
Oh, for the issues this week. I don't think it's a big surprise. I think the Green Lantern issue was the best. It's going to be a race for the bottom because, again, I think New Guardians was the second best, and then. It's gonna be a race for third and fourth between Green Lantern Corps and Red Lanterns. Okay, so what was worse? The Guardians hitting themselves or Atrocitus asking all the Red Lanterns to hit him?
I'm going to agree with your ranking, except I'm going to say the simple fact that we got Mogo back.
Okay, yes.
Make that number 3.
Yes, you're right. You are correct. Yes, I didn't even think of that. Yes. Okay, yes, that's it then. Yes, Green Lantern, New Guardians, Green Lantern Corps, and Red Lantern. Man, Red Lanterns, man, that's slip, man. Remember when that series started, man? We were like,
top of the heat.
Yeah.
So, week 1, week 2, week 3 of Wrath of the First Lantern.
I'm thinking this week number 1, maybe week 1 number 2, and then the second week in third place.
I think I'm probably with you on that. We'll see how next week clocks in. But I mean, the Green Lantern book itself, it makes sense that it's going to be the strongest because it's the driving force behind this whole crossover, right?
Yeah, and again, next week it's going to be Jeff John's last issue, so you'd think he's be bringing his A game next week.
Yeah, cross fingers. But yeah, I think I agree with you, man. As far as ranking this week and then ranking the overall, the second week is really, really, really weak because nothing happens.
Yep.
I mean, when you think about it, since the 0 issue of all of these books, which has been six months, because it was 12, 0, then 13 through 19, we're at 7 issues for each of the titles. Really not much has happened,
Mm-hmm. I mean, since Hal and Sinestro died, I mean, what's the only thing that seems to really have happened was Simon got the ring.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, this is, and I guess part of it is the rise of the Third Army had such a disappointing conclusion, right?
Well, it's like, yeah, and I mean, you talked about how slow it dragged on. It seemed like the title was Rise of the Third Army, and it seemed like the Rise of the Third Army was almost secondary in every book. Yeah,
and the problem, too, is these are, this army is sweeping across the universe. This would be an extinction level event for thousands upon thousands of worlds, and it would be an exponential growth of this army. And yet you can shoot them with a gun and they're okay. I mean, you're fine because you can. I mean, the whole power scaling and how tough they are. I mean, because they can come in and grab and pull a Green Lantern apart, but hey, keep that 9mm away, or I'll run away afraid. I mean, yeah, it's just I guess a lot. In my mind, a lot of the sins of the Rise of the Third Army are the reasons why Wrath of the First Lantern isn't as good as it could be. Mm-hmm. It's that same treading water, every issue, waiting for something to happen. And honestly, we were talking about this last time. I think we can see that going back to the New Guardians arc on the Green Lantern book, pre-New 52. Mm-hmm. Because there was a lot of treading water, as we waited for War of the Green Lanterns. So, yeah, I don't know. I've really been disappointed with. I know we've got 4 books, which is great. It was great while that was going on. But I think I've really been disappointed with the quality of all of the books since the New 52 reboot. I don't think it was. I still think the quality probably dipped after Blackest Night for Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. Yeah. But I think that the launch of the New 52 kind of made it, in stark relief that, yeah, this is not as good as it was. And I'm not, I can point at why it's not good, but I don't know why that was allowed to happen. I don't know if that makes sense. It just seems like things that would be easily correctable. Yeah. And again, it's me armchair quarterbacking from 10 years later. So, well, and again, too, it's like, like I keep saying, I think it's like baked into the whole formula for the New 52. It's like they wanted to reboot, but it's like a lot of the books, like the Green Lantern books, didn't reboot. They just kept going with the same story they were telling. Yep. Exactly. But now all of a sudden there are different things, like like none of them know Martian Manhunter or anything. Or, mm-hmm. Which can one punch. Yes, that never happened.
You can read One Punch. But yeah, no, it's just like they wanted to keep telling the same story, but it's like it's a different universe. It's like, okay. But yeah, I mean, this has been somewhat disappointing. I mean, it's still, that's not to say that these books are bad. Yeah. It's just that they are not up to the quality that they were. Rebirth. I was gonna say I knew it. I was gonna say it. Say it's not as good as Green Lantern Rebirth. Just read that recently. But no, I mean, as good as Rebirth is, and maybe next week when we finish, the Johns era, we should maybe set aside some time and just kind of talk about it, as a whole, because we've kind of been doing that a little bit as we've gone along. But Sinestro Corps War, I mean, that's top notch, and we've already talked about how great Blackest Night, and you've got
And I'm a huge fan of Secret Origin. I love what Secret Origin does for Green Lantern. The quality just doesn't. And the only reason I think that we can pick this apart like this is because that other stuff was so good. It's tough to live up to that level all the time. Mm-hmm. But that's my take on it. We'll talk more about it next week, I guess.
Yes. Hey, is that a Transformer back there behind Otis?
Yes, that's Jazz.
Nice. As I thought.
Okay, I'm gonna reveal something about myself that is it's deep nerdery here, but I love Springer.
Oh, okay.
Triple Changer from the Transformers movie.
Yes.
I just think he's cool as heck. The boys actually got me him.
Nice.
A few years ago, so I've got a Springer now. I've got this Jazz.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know he's been in the new Void Rivals book over at Image?
I did not know that. I need to pick up some of that because I've got the first issue of Void Rivals where Jetfire.
Yeah.
Jetfire, yeah. Jetfire or Skyfire?
I think it's Jetfire. Yeah.
Jetfire,
yeah.
Where he showed up, I need to pick up some of those others because I just think Springer's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they killed. Yeah, I'm still scarred from when they killed Optimus. Yeah, that was.
You're scarred. I was an 8-year-old kid sitting in the theater. I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, no. Void Rivals, Springer and Hot Rod have been showing up. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna have to go look through those guys then and see what I can find.
I mean, you don't have to read all the books, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shared universe between Transformers and G.I. Joe because Pythona and some of the lackeys from Cobra La have showed up in Void are arriving in Void Rivals too. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, when the Transformers crashed, Cobra La, Cobra Commander kind of was almost experimenting on Megatron. So, spoilers here, kids.
Oh, that's gonna go well, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, well he's already escaped, but yeah. And it did reveal, of course, as they were crashing, Starscream kind of threw Megatron out of the ship. So
now, okay, I have this is a totally off the wall question. I still have my original Ironhide.
Oh,
okay, but the toy is just not as cool as the cartoon design. Okay,
because he doesn't have legs. Is that what you're saying, Will?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, he kind of does, but not really. I mean, yeah. But yeah, my boys give me crap a lot because there was the original Transformers, then there was Beast Wars, and then Beast Machines, and we would get up. The boys and I would get up on Saturday mornings and we would watch Beast Machines when it was coming out. Right, we saw Beast Wars we were watching it in afternoons before Beast Machines came out. But after Beast Machines, there was Transformers Robots in Disguise. It was like a one-season thing. They just dubbed something from Japan. But it has the coolest toys. It's got Optimus as a fire engine. It's got Ultra Magnus, and they can form Omega Prime together because you can merge the two of them together. It's the coolest. It's got the Car Brothers. It's got Sharkticon. It was just goofy. I mean, it's very anime based, but the toys are just the coolest. And they give me crap because I said that's the coolest Optimus right there. That Optimus, fire truck Optimus.
Oh,
like, shut up, Dad! You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get you on one of these other shows to talk some Transformers. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Green Lantern?
That swerved a long way away, but yes.
Well, thank the Wrath of the First Lantern for that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So yes, of course. All right, so yes, well, we know where we're going next time. Yes, the conclusion of Wrath of the First Lantern with a big oversized Green Lantern number 20, and then epilogues like, hey, what do the rest of us do? In Green Lantern Core 20, Green Lantern New Guardians 20, and Red Lanterns number 20. And then, in 2 weeks, Green Lantern 21 through 23, 23.2, and 23.3. And then we'll get to Flash Annual 2 and Green Lantern Core 21 through 23. So again, it'll be interesting to see where everyone goes after with the departure of Jeff Johns. Oh yeah, and I did say that last week. Yeah, Peter Milligan after 20's off of Red Lanterns too. So
yeah, and doesn't Peter Tomasi take over the main Green Lantern book, I think.
Oh,
Is that right?
I can't remember. Maybe.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
Yep. And then not too long after that, we get that whole event where you get a 23.1.
Yeah. I think it was villain focused. So yeah, we might get some character one and dones on some villains. So.
Oh, I just remembered something. Hang on a sec here.
Oh.
As part of my, there it is. Part of my comics, the reprint.
Oh.
Of Green Lantern 15. I'm pretty sure it did not cost $3.99 back in the 60s. So,
no.
Yeah, definitely the reprint.
And no parent going to pay that for a comic back
$4
back
in
then.
1960. Yeah.
No. You'll get a dime and you'll like it, boy.
All right.
All right. So send us your thoughts on the on all the Wrath of the First Lantern stuff. And again, we have at least two places here on Capes Lunatics where you can talk Transformers. So we have Transformer thoughts too. Send them in. The new stuff, the old stuff. All right. So email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. All right, Will's going to be a guinea pig here because I kind of changed this up. Yes, we got a new website. You can find all our episodes at CapesandLunatics.wordpress.com. Nice shorter new website, nice shorter address. You can find all our merchandise on Teespring or TeePublic and Spring. Always get that messed up. Yeah, TeePublic and Spring. So yeah, pick up all the new merch and all the classic merch. And of course, you can subscribe to the Patreon. Or no, I'm sorry. Again, Cash App link, Capes and Lunatics, because Little Hellfire demands it. And of course, the Patreon, where we give you exclusive, uncensored content every month. And if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can suggest topics for us to discuss, as Justin has sent us many suggestions, and Ray sent us one after we shamed him into sending us one. So subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, now for Mr. Will Allred, master of the Green Lantern Corps, master of the Quantum Zone, master of podcasting, master of several successful Kickstarter campaigns, and huge Transformers nerd. Will, tell them where they can about all your projects.
You can find me at Wallred. That's at Gmail and Blue Sky and Facebook and Twitter and probably some other places that I forgot that I set up. But if you'd like to check out the comics that I write, you can do that. Crossover Division is at crossoveridivision.com. We have fulfilled issue number 5 and should be launching number 6 soon. We've hit some delays, but we're going to make sure we have everything done before we launch on Kickstarter. So you can check that out at crossoveridivision.com. You can also check out Diary of Night, which is an older book that I wrote, at diaryofnight.com. And you obviously have great taste because you're here, hanging out with Phil and I talk about Green Lantern and Transformers. And so you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. If you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
He goes limp in my grip.
I am God. Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Where was the code, man? Where was the comics code for that?
That was the 90s. They had enough problems. And of course.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
I do.
I don't know, man. He's kind of flat right now.
As a pancake.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. We're going to wrap up this whole Wrath of the First Lantern next week and say goodbye to Jeff Johns.
Yeah. It's been a long, strange trip.
Yeah. Always been a trip, all right. That's right, kids. Sit and ponder this Wrath of the First Lantern. All right, come back next time. And remember, we may not always talk Green Lantern. This show, it's more than meets the eye. Good night.